Morning, Trade Pros. Sound check 1, 2. Good and happy Friday morning for this beautiful Friday, March the 20th of 2020. All right. This quarantine stuff really sucks, to be honest with you. I've tried to work from home for a bit. I'm going to start going back to the office. My back is breaking on this couch. Don't want to trade at home on the couch. That's literally everything I stand against in this industry. All right. Today we have the quad witch coming up. All right, and it's four witches flying around on broomsticks. Okay, I know traders are very interesting people. It might be all the cocaine that they used to do, and they come up with these weird terms. But hey, the quad witch is here. The quad witch is a time when index options, futures options, and stock options all expire at the exact same time in the month of March. All right, and Gavin's flabbergasted already. And so we have a big expiry. So after March, we roll forward to the June contract for most futures. All right, and that's the M. All right, so we're wrapping up a March series and moving on to the next one. This is the last day of the month, the last day ever to trade the March contract. So you're going to see a lot of volume, a lot of offsets. People will be hedging their portfolios, rolling their hedge forward, dropping off, or they're going to be adding some of their contracts. So at the end of the day, they got a ton of volatility coming up. Quad witches are characterized by days on which there is a lot of nonsensical volume and volatility. I typically didn't trade these until we started doing the trading rooms. I would mostly stay out of the quad witch. I think we could have some quad witch opportunity there for day traders, but I'm probably not going to do much today. I'm going to do some smaller trades. I think we are due for a rebound on today's session, but remember, quad witch means that you might have a massive portfolio and you could see some level and say, hey, look, the 20 MA is holding out here, or whatever you're watching, right? No matter what nonsense you're watching, you could get stopped out and you're liable to get stopped out for no apparent reason on quad witch. Quad witch is a little bit nuts. If somebody wants to offload 4 or 5,000 S&P minis, your support level isn't going to be what stops them from doing it, all right? And so today is more of book trades, offsetting positions, selling options, buying options, delta hedging, gamma hedging, all right? Those are the things that are more at play here today than anything else. Because of that, because it's more of a portfolio adjustment day, for me, I don't day trade it as much. But I do know day traders who love trading quad witch. I ain't one of them. All right. Coronavirus is up to 253,927 cases, 10,406 deaths so far. This thing's picking up steam. 89,000 have recovered. Of the closed cases, which are 99,468, 10,406 obviously have passed away. So, send those people and their family a lot of strength. And I know it's a tough time, but that's a 10% mortality rate. So that's pretty big. In the United States, 14,250 cases have been confirmed, 205 deaths so far, according to Johns Hopkins. And we're seeing a lot of tightening restrictions worldwide from countries and California. All right, California introduced some of their most restrictive measures yet, telling all of the state's 40 million plus people to stay at home and only go out to get groceries. All non-essential things will be shut down, right? So the move comes as the World Health Organization is now noticing that it's infecting people at a faster pace. Hong Kong surges in cases, right? And, global deaths are now topping 10,000. It's starting to get a little bit extreme. However, that doesn't mean the markets have to go down. The markets have gone down a lot, and I think it's time for them to bounce. If it wasn't quad witch day, I say we get a nice rip of 4 or 5% plus from this point. But because it's quad witch, at some point the markets rip and somebody says, hey, I want to offset some futures positions. I'm going to just do it now. So you can get a little bit more volatility. But I was bullish from Thursday to Friday, and we put in a low yesterday. Now we're going upward. I think we got a little bit more rally in us left. All right, interesting news. 4 senators. This is interesting. 4 senators sold stock right after meetings. Get this. After receiving briefings in late January about the coronavirus, financial records and transactions now show a lot of senators sold out of their positions right before this market dump. All right. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't gravitate towards them naturally. I'm an optimist, so I like to see things, the most positive way, the most positive outcome for everyone. Because I love everyone, and I think everyone's doing the best they can with the resources they have. If that's my model of the world, you don't have to accept that. But, and I look at these people selling, and you wonder, were we told that this thing wouldn't be as bad as it would have been when really people knew the full extent of what was going to happen? I've been tracking this thing since late December when it went out in Wuhan with the first 12 cases. And I was like, yeah, I know, just another virus. So I've lived through this whole stretch, and we've been talking about this for a long time, yapping about Corona, blah, blah, blah. Before it was COVID-19, it was called Corona, mostly. All right, it's a strand of coronavirus. It's not the only one. But Chairman Richard Burr unloaded 1.72 million worth of shares on February 13th in 33 separate transactions. All right, two other panel members, Diane Feinstein and James Inhofe, also sold stock. Get this, Kelly Loeffler began dumping 27 stocks on January 24th, the day the health committee she sits on held a meeting. All right, that is illegal. It's based on inside info, and you're dumping the shares. So they're calling for the resignation. Nothing's going to happen, right? No one's going to jail over this. We know that people don't go to jail over financial transactions. We've seen that time and again. All right, but the point I'm making is it's kind of dirty to be out there telling people, it's not bad. We're well prepared for it while you're out there dumping stock. All right, me personally, I don't know. I don't jive with this. In today's markets in Asia, Japan's closed. Hong Kong's up 5. China's up 1.6. India up 5.8%. In Europe at midday, London's up 2.7. Paris up 6.1. Frankfurt 4.8. Futures in the U.S. Dow's up 3.6. S&P up 3.2. Nasdaq up 4.7. Nasdaq briefly touched the circuit breaker to the upside today. All right, the 5% cap to the upside. It's a hard limit for the whole overnight session. That resets at 9:30, which is great. Crude oil yesterday rallied 24% until you realize that's $2.40 based on the price that we're at. And so crude oil's up to about 27, still below 30. So crude's had a bit of a rally, a little bit of a bid this morning also. Gold's up 2.1%, back above 1,500. And Bitcoin's up 22.2%. I think on the news that one of the chief legal officers from Coinbase was hired by the Treasury. All right. So speculation's going on that, hey, the Treasury is going to recreate the entire financial system. They're going to ditch the US dollar and use Bitcoin. So, yeah. 10-year Treasury yields down 14 basis points to under 1% once again. All right. Existing home sales stand at the top of the hour, 10 a.m. Baker Hughes at 1 p.m. Today's quad, which anything goes. I am going to say there's going to be a bit of a rip where you get in. That's the skill of this job. Also, in addition to that, you might have to do a couple shots at a trade. I got to tell you, volatility is nuts. If you put on a trade and it drops 20 points, only to rip back up to where you started, that's the order of the day with the quad witch event. It's a bit of the wild, wild west. So I usually scale and size down on these days, take way less trades, and ideally none. I don't really like these days, to be honest with you guys. And so anywho, I love you guys. Be careful, be safe out there. Big news tomorrow at 6 p.m. We have a YouTube live. I'm going to be answering your questions. I'm going to spend an hour and a half, however long you guys have good questions for. As soon as the questions get terrible, I'm done. All right? Just kidding. I'm going to answer all your questions tomorrow at 6 p.m. Join us. There's a link in the description. Or if you go to YouTube channel under live, you can see that we have a live already scheduled. So that's when we're going to go on. 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. All right, we'll see you guys there if you have questions. Love you all. Be careful. Be safe. I see a little bit of upside here in the market. Maybe an opening sell side, about 10, 15, 20 points. Then we reverse and try the upside from here for the day. Expect a lot of fluctuation, a lot of chop and volatility. And, today follow 3 rules: trade less size, trade less frequency, take profit quicker, which has really been the 3 rules of the last couple of weeks with this crazy volatility and increased margin from the CME. All right, you guys, good luck. Love you all. We sorted out the tech challenge this morning. Be good this weekend. Stay safe, and I appreciate you all for being part of our community. Looks like we're about to hit 30,000 members on YouTube, and I thank each and every one of you guys for helping us do that. All right, take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on Monday. Ciao. Deuces.